It's the Andy Thompson Show on ESPN 97.7.
Focus now, defensively, offensively. Defensively, we have to stop the run. We believe that we can do everything else and we can stop the run. And then on offense, we got to be able to run the ball.
It's a Snow Canyon Warriors 6-6.
This is the Mike Esplin Coaches Show on ESPN 97.7. Presented by Buck's Ace Hardware.
Hey, buddy, welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Coach Mike Esplin, Coaches Show, presented by Buck's Ace Hardware. Warriors host the Manti Templars this Friday. We'll be there on ESPN 97.7. We welcome Coach Mike Esplin. Coach, we went with Pantera as your walk-up music. How do you feel about that?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Get you pumped up.
Yeah.
That was on every high school football highlight video from about 1994 through about 2002. So I thought we'd rock to Pantera for the Coaches Show today. Let's start with week one, Coach. I said on Monday, your defense put them in a straitjacket for like 46 minutes out of the game. Let's start defensively about the execution of this group and how well they played in week one against Stansbury.
So I told our kids, obviously hard to lose a dogfight like that, but told our kids it was kind of a blessing. I was talking to you about how bad we needed to make sure our box was prepared to stop when guys are bigger than us and have good running backs and their box is super strong. And I knew that we had it in us. I thought that we had a plan for when that happened. I didn't realize they were going to run the ball as much as they were, and didn't quite realize how they were big. They're a good team.
Yeah.
And we did a great job. Had one drive we couldn't get off the field, and I think we found what we need to do next time we get in that position. But really, really, with our number one goal of stopping the run and eliminating very many points, I was really pleased.
Let's go through each kind of layer of the defense. Let's start with the secondary. I was talking with Andy Griffin, who called that game for us, and he said, that the trust that you put, especially, he said in the first half, just saying that we dare you to kind of throw on us because we're going to pack the box, and you're obviously going to run a lot. But let's start with the secondary and your evaluation of how well they played in week one, Coach.
I think they got helped a whole bunch because we were able to get the quarterback uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. We had pretty aggressive packages coming at him, so I don't think their quarterback had time to set his feet, and he's a good quarterback. That's one of the higher ranked quarterbacks in the state, at least coming into the season.
I mean, they put up I think 35 points a game last year with that same kid, and so they
tore us up game one last year with that same kid.
Yeah, right.
So I think that our DBs have to be really thankful that the front put him on the run and didn't let him feel comfortable, but certainly felt comfortable with our scheme, comfortable with our athletes on their athletes. Manti is going to be a whole kind of opposite situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had total, not comfort. I'm never comfortable, but I had total belief in those guys back there for sure.
And then who were some of the guys that graded out the best in the front who were putting the pressure on and stopping the run so well?
It was interesting. This doesn't happen all the time, but Stansbury's head coach came out after the game, and we chatted for 20, 30 minutes after it was over. Mm-hmm. And he was super impressed with Andrew Castro at the nose guard position. He's like, I thought that we were enough bigger than you that we'd be able to knock that point off, and just that would help us be able to obviously moved the ball in the run, and he was really impressed. I thought he did a great job. I thought Hank West at end did a great job. It was nice having Max Reynolds back playing backer. He's not all the way in game shape yet, but I think he will be by Friday. But Kale Esplin did really good on the edge. We did a good job in the box.
Talking with Mike Esplin on the Snow Canyon Coaches Show. We're going to try to do it just about every week here on Wednesdays. You got Manti coming up this week, Coach. We'll talk about them. We obviously saw them play a region opponent in week 1. But let's talk about the offense a little bit from going back to Friday and what you saw, what needs to be improved on. Obviously, the first start for Joe Mack at quarterback. Just give us your overview, I guess, of the offense after that game.
You know, it'd be easy if you look at the score to say, I mean, we're not pleased with the score.
Sure.
We want to score more points than that. But when you look at the film clip by clip, we moved the ball all around, and then we missed some fairly simple throws or fairly simple catches, fairly simple concepts that can definitely be fixed fairly quickly. And then we just need to finish. I think we had 5 times really good opportunities to score and didn't. So that was kind of the focus offensively this week. And I feel good about where we're at the quarterback position. I felt good about our offensive line. Lots of work. I mean, that's game 1, so there's all kinds of work to do in every unit. But I feel like really we just have to finish those drives. And if we would have finished 2 or 3, you know, we win the game and maybe win by a couple touchdowns. So a lot of positives. Not happy with the score, but I have full belief that we'll be able to finish those in the future.
Week 2 against the Manti Templars at Snow Canyon High School. This is a team we saw put up 58 against Pineview in week 1. What are you seeing, and what impresses you about this group who's coming into town again this upcoming week?
They're building themselves. It feels like perennial 3A contender to win a championship. They've got a really good program. They've got some height. They're not quite as big. They do have some big guys. They're not nearly Stansbury size. Offensively, they're close to 70% pass. At least they were against Pineview. Whereas, so it's a blessing because we get the box work, can we stop the run that we needed to see where we were at and evaluate. And now we get to test the other part of the defense. So we're excited for that challenge and think we have, you know, really good with each unit, really good plans. The kids feel confident. It's nice to have film. We didn't have any film on Stansbury, and they definitely had film on us because same coaches and all those kinds of things. So it feels more comfortable going into this game preparation-wise for the kids and the coaches.
And so are they dinking and dunking a lot, Coach? If they're throwing 70% of the,
they scored on a trick play out of a quad set, so something that you don't practice a whole bunch unless you see it on film. They scored on a nice little reverse, kind of not a reverse getting outside, but a reverse coming kind of up into the middle that was executed well. And then they had a little shuffle pass that's difficult that you don't practice a whole bunch, again, unless you've seen it on film. So it was nice to at least be able to, with what we've seen, practice some of those big plays for them. Quarterback's good. One receiver's really good. They're tough. I mean, 3A teams, the top 3A teams, we went to Richfield for padded camp. So we saw Richfield. 2A, we saw San Juan. We had 7-on-7 around Manti. They're just hard workers. They're tough kids. They have great communities. So they've got a great culture, and culture's hard to beat. I think we've got a great culture too. I think we're building something similar. Maybe a little bit more difficult in our region and in 4A than in 3A. I think it's be a good game, and we definitely respect what they can do.
Talking with Coach Mike Esplin. If you're just catching the end of it, we'll put it out on our website and podcast this interview. Coach, thank you so much for making time for us. I know how busy you guys are throughout the week. We're looking forward to being at Snow Canyon on Friday, watching you guys live and in living color, taking on the Manti Templars, and we'll see you then. Thanks so much, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Andy.
Quick break.